Start with this written statement by the Home Ministry in the Parliament, a report that states that there has been almost a threefold rise in the number of infiltration attempts from Pakistan in the last 1 year. The report read that the number of infiltration attempts from Pakistan now sees a steep from 122 attempts in 2015 to 370 attempts in 2016. Meanwhile, Syed Ali Shah Geelani too provoked the people of the valley in a telephonic address, asking them to refrain from voting in the Lok Sabha by-polls.
कि 2010 पेठ वोट में मुसलसल या 4 देवरी मज महबूस मे दिवान तय लुकन निश वातन कह नत यम तन शहीद गसान बहुत तिमन निश वातान तिहद जनाज परान और तत्कन जनाजस मज शरीक लुकन बह पैगाम वातनावान मगर 2010 पेठ बह 4 देवारी मज महसूस और महसूर और मे तय निश वातनुक मौका दिन कह.
Absolutely. There is a strong mercenary factor also, which I have been saying from time to time, and that also vindicates my contention, which I have held for years together, that this separatism or militancy in the name of separatism in Kashmir is separatism by convenience. It is not by conviction. And the so-called jihad is being manufactured by a handful of elements who wish to carry on their politics in the name of separatism, and Pakistan and the hostile forces from outside find them a convenient method or convenient means to carry forward their design.
नहीं होना चाहिए और बहुत सावधानी से पुलिस वहां पर काम कर रही है और हमें खुशी है कि अनसोशल एलिमेंट आतंकवादी जितने भी हैं उनको मार रहे हैं, लेकिन पत्थर मारने वालों को समझना चाहिए कि ये अपने देश की अस्मिता की लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं. अपने सैनिकों का हौसला बुलंद करना चाहिए, ऐसी हरकत नहीं करना चाहिए.
सोशल मीडिया का कंट्रोल तो आप कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत थोड़ी है. देखिए, सोशल मीडिया को लेके उल जलूल हरकत पूरे देश में हो रही है. हिंदू संगठन भी कर रहे हैं और लोग भी कर रहे हैं. तो उसमें आप किसी के ऊपर सिर्फ वो मत उठाइए, आप उसको कैसे संभाल सकते हैं, कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, उस बात को देखिए.
बिल्कुल पाकिस्तान की भूमिका है, इसमें तो कोई शक वाली बात नहीं है. और इसीलिए अब अगर ऑपरेशन के बीच में लोग आएंगे तो फिर उनका नुकसान तो होगा ही, क्योंकि ये जो सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस हैं, दे आर नॉट कैनन फॉडर.
देखिए, पत्थर जो लोग फेंक रहे हैं वो आईएसआई और पाकिस्तान और सेपरेटिस्ट के इशारे पर कर रहे हैं. उनको कोई नहीं पता, पत्थर फेंकने वालों को भी नहीं पता कि वो किस लिए फेंक रहे हैं, बल्कि सब प्रायोजित होता है और वो आतंकियों की और सेपरेटिस्ट की ढाल बन रहे हैं. हमारी अभी भी उनसे अपील है कि वो ढाल बनने की कोशिश न करें. आतंकी अगर सेना पर हमला करेंगे तो वो पत्थरबाजों को बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट की तरह उपयोग नहीं कर सकते.
केंद्र सरकार जब सब जान रही है, कश्मीर की सरकार सब जान रही, तो कश्मीर की सरकार क्यों नहीं कड़ाई से कार्रवाई करती. और भाजपा तो अभी नहीं कह सकती वहां पे मुफ्ती की सरकार है या महबूबा की सरकार है, तो भाजपा उसकी पार्टनर है. और जब केंद्र के पास सारी खबर है, केंद्र में भाजपा की सरकार है, तो सरकार को देश हित में निर्णय लेना चाहिए, न कि राजनीतिक रूप में निर्णय लेना चाहिए.
हालात पहले से बिगड़े थे, बयान तो देना ही पड़ेगा. हमारे सेना का, सुरक्षा बलों का मनोबल बढ़ाने के लिए सेना अध्यक्ष रहे या मंत्री रहे या आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी रहे, हम लोगों को इन सभी जवानों के पीछे ताकत से खड़ा रहना है. और ये स्टोन बिल्डिंग का मामला किसी के बयान से नहीं, पड़ोसी राष्ट्र पाकिस्तान के उस्कावे पे हो रहा है. वहाँ के नौजवानों को बहकाने का जो प्रयास पिछले साल से ज्यादा बढ़ गया है और इसीलिए वो बढ़ रहा है.
नहीं, कोई फर्म एक्शन लेना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस का मोराल जो है उसको लोअर नहीं होने देना किया जा सकता. और अगर ये काबू में नहीं आता है,
चिंता का विषय है. इसको बहुत गंभीरता से लेना पड़ेगा. अगर कश्मीर की नौजवान और कश्मीर की जनता अगर इस आतंकवादियों का साथ अगर दे रही है, तो इसको सरकार को बहुत संजीदगी से देखने की जरूरत है.
The data released by the Ministry of Home Affairs regarding the infiltration attempts made by the militants in 2015 and 16 is very alarming. There has been a threefold rise in the infiltration attempts made by the militants, and also the successful infiltration bids have been very high. While as only 33 militants crossed over to this side of LOC in 2015, in 2016 we are told 119 militants have crossed over through this side of LOC. And add to that the number of local militants who have joined militancy ranks after the Burhan Wani killing. With video journalist Firdaus Wani, Arish Bilal, NewsX, Srinagar.
Let's go across to my colleague Arish for the latest on the situation over there in Kashmir. Arish, as we've been discussing, alarming increase in the number of infiltration attempts and successful ones as well in 2016. What do experts on the ground tell you? What is the possible reason behind this escalation of close to 300%?
Well, that's absolutely right. The data provided by the Ministry of Home Affairs is very alarming. There has been a threefold increase in the attempts, infiltration attempts made by the militants from Pakistan to cross over to this side of LOC. Not only that, the number of successful infiltration attempts too is very big. While as only 33 militants have crossed over to this side of LOC in 2014, the number of militants who entered Kashmir in 2016 is 119. So this number is very, very alarming. Add to it the number of militants who have locally joined them. In the parliament, the government admitted yesterday that more than 100 local youth have joined the militancy ranks post Burhan Wani killing, and 65 of them active right now, while a good number of them have been neutralized. So the number of militants, active militants in Kashmir Valley has suddenly grown in the last 1 year. After the Burhan Wani killing, at least 150 militants are still active in Kashmir Valley, and they are the fresh lot. They have those who have joined the militant ranks of late and are very much active, particularly in South Kashmir region.
Arish, very clearly, Pakistan also seems to have taken full advantage of the turbulence there in Kashmir, isn't it? Like you were pointing out in 2016, are we seeing spurt militancy this year because of successful infiltrations last year? And it seems that Pakistan also doesn't really seem to have learnt after the surgical strike in September last year.
Well, yes, the most of the infiltration attempts and successful bids have been made in 2016, when the entire Kashmir Valley was on boil because of the Burhan Wani killing, and when the security forces were involved in the maintenance of law and order situation in entire Kashmir Valley. The militants waiting on launching pads in Pakistan, they made desperate attempts to cross over to this side of...
And that's why we saw that escalation. Okay, Arish, just stay with us, please. We also have Commodore G.J. Singh joining us over the phone line. Commodore G.J. Singh, the statistics in the rise in infiltration bids are quite alarming. We're looking at close to 300% increase as compared to the year before last year. What's your assessment on why do we see this increase in infiltration bids, Commodore Singh?
You see, this is basically that Pakistan wants to make advantage of the situation in Pakistan, in Kashmir, because Kashmir unrest seems to be increasing. It seems to be going uphill. So therefore, the Pakistan ISI and the Pakistan military establishment is trying to make the best use of it, because of the combination of the government there, because PDP and BJP is in alliance there. And although the army is doing its best, but because of the volatile situation in Kashmir, Pakistan will continue to press in more terrorists across the line of control, so as to keep the state disturbed and keep the Kashmir issue, going hot in the international forums.
Commodore Singh, one would have imagined that after the surgical strike in September last year, Pakistan would have sort of learnt its lesson, but clearly a lot more needs to be done to send out a stronger message, because unfortunately so, even after the surgical strike, we've only seen further infiltration bids and militant attacks in Kashmir.
You see, we had sent a very strong message earlier to Pakistan by carrying out a surgical strike inside their territory. But unfortunately, this should have been a norm. This is not a norm. We set up a norm that we will not hesitate to carry out such surgical strikes in future. But we have seen that after one single strike, which took place way back in September. Now it's almost 6 to 7 months.
Yes.
We have not done any other action. This is not a norm. It is an exception. Therefore, Pakistan will continue to be encouraged. They will not be affected because they probably have taken this as an isolated event that our troops have gone inside and carried out a strike. Otherwise, had we made it a norm, like what we find in Israel, that if there is any trouble, those people come and straight away carry out, aerial strikes or...
So you're saying, sir, there has to be consistency in the kind of surgical strikes we saw in September to keep the pressure on in Pakistan. Appreciate you joining us, Commander Singh. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Many more reactions coming in on this. We'll take a listen in how the BJP in Kashmir is responding to this.
And day before yesterday, the encounter happened in Chadura. What's your opinion about being a senior officer of the J&K police, that for last months, the trend has been changed in the Kashmir Valley? We have never seen when the encounter during past that the people, especially youths, moving towards the encounter places, start the stone pelting. Well, first I will ask that, as per your point of view, now the spring season has been also started, and if we were not wrong, that militants had also shown the presence, which results encounters are going on in the valley.
I would say this is misuse of social media by people who are inimical to the peace of valley and our country. They are, the moment an encounter starts, they activate all the WhatsApp groups, about I think 300 of WhatsApp groups. Each has a number of 250 plus. Then Facebook account and so many other social media things get activated, instigating young boys to reach the place of encounter and pelt stones so that terrorists are helped to get out of the encounter site. So this is being done by people who are, I think...
Let me also bring in Lieutenant General Raj Qadian joining us over the telephone line. General Qadian, your thoughts on how the situation continues to prevail? Statistics quite alarming as we speak, sir. 300% increase in the infiltration bids from Pakistan in 1 year alone.
Yes, there are two issues that I think require comment. One is, of course, the revelation by the Home Ministry that both infiltration and insurgency have increased. And the second part, of course, is Geelani's post that we should not support democratic forces in India. There is a very complex situation in Kashmir. In fact, all insurgency problems are complex and they require a concurrent action by different agencies, which should include the political hierarchy, the social groups, the psychological factors, the economic factors, and the security factors. As one sees on the ground, only the security agencies seem to be active and they have achieved some tangible results, and they will continue doing so despite the casualties they suffer and despite the gunning of them by the various human rights groups, etc., etc. But the other factors, in case they have worked but there are no tangible results, I think we need to focus on that. Second, if the insurgency has increased, it is despite the security forces, because other processes have not been able to take off or not been able to make the progress that they ought to have made. Now, second part is a post from Geelani not to support the democratic processes. I think nothing better can be expected from the Hurriyat leaders.
That's true.
After all, who is Geelani? Has anybody, any of his family members, relatives involved in stone throwing? All of them have studied outside Kashmir, have got jobs outside. Recently, his own grandson was given an out-of-turn job by the Kashmir government, with raised controversy. So, I think the people will see through the game that it is their children who suffer. They suffer casualties. They go blind with the pellet guns.
No, but General Qadian, while of course where the separatist issue is concerned, continues to be an internal matter, but in terms of Pakistan and their infiltration bids coming from there, do you believe, sir, that a consistent strike from India to Pakistan, consistent message sending from India, and that to a strong one, will perhaps deter Pakistan?
Yes, the end result is that Pakistan has not yet come under the required degree of pressure to stop this infiltration, to stop interfering in Kashmir. They are now using the social media also to incite the youth to reach the encounter site, telling them don't sit at home when your brothers are suffering there. So Pakistan's involvement is a constant. Nothing has changed despite our surgical strikes. I think we need to take stronger action, and my recommendation will be economic action, control of river water. The only treaty that Pakistan has ever honored is the Indus Water Treaty because they are the beneficiaries. Otherwise, Simla Accord is as important for us, but they have never abided by it. No other accord are they honoring.
Okay.
So we need to put greater pressure on Pakistan.
Further pressure perhaps could be a way forward, you point out. Thank you very much, General Qadian, for speaking with us.